Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to the MIZZES B3ST REVIEWS channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Happy Friday, Junior, y'all. Y'all know I'm always happy on Thursdays because it's almost Friday, and that means I don't got to work. That means I don't have to work. But welcome in, you guys. We're here to go over the Valley. This is the season 3 finale. Thank God. We are at the end. Free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, we free at last. This has been a long season. I am genuinely happy it is over, but this episode was titled The Valley of the Damned. This is season 3, episode 18. We want to always acknowledge and greet those who are in the chat, especially when they are our moderators. Hello, good evening to American Born. I appreciate you. I do appreciate those who moderate on the channel as my channel is growing. If you're someone who's regularly here and you're interested in moderating, which is just you screening comments, approving comments, deleting comments that are inappropriate, blocking people if they need to be, let me know. I will make you a moderator. I will make you a moderator. AV says, I'm just glad the season is over and the reunion looks better than what we've gotten all season. Child, that is true. The reunion looked interesting because I feel like this season could have wrapped up at episode 10. They've been talking about the same stuff week after week. Like, I'm glad it's over. Yes, please like the video, share it if you could, subscribe to the channel. You can also hype the video as well. I appreciate all of it. All of it I appreciate. If you are watching the replay, I appreciate you guys for watching as well. Feel free to leave a super chat. Whatever other, I haven't looked into all of that, but YouTube got all these different things available. But yes, we are free. We're actually going to start this review going over the reunion looks. I'm just grabbing them from Bravo Snark Side. Shout out to Bravo Snark Side. That is an Instagram page that I have followed for a couple of years. Bravo Snark Side reports all of the Bravo news, all of the Bravo news. So we're going to get into the reunion looks. I hope that y'all can see it. I'm just grabbing it from Instagram because I'm low-key ghetto and late. Hi, Mrs. Moncrief. Miss Moncrief said, hey, friend, this was a great episode. I feel Brittany was dressed as her true self. I love Mrs. Moncrief. Because the way you just read her so politely, I love it. I love it. American Born said, Andy's messy behind always bringing up Dr. Dre. Andy's been around since they was reporting some things that Dr. Dre has gotten into, okay? So I am not surprised. But we have reunion looks, y'all, for the Valley. And they're not terrible, but as my comment says on Bravo Snack Side, they don't look bad, but this is also nothing special. As for Brittany, she gives botched and proud. I feel like this lady messed up. Her face, uh-oh. What is all of this? Oh, I think I'm going to the other page. See, y'all, I don't even know how to work Instagram. There we go. I clicked the wrong arrow. We're going to go over all of the looks, though. Kristen, she looks like she just had a baby. She doesn't look bad. It just looks like Kristen is not comfortable in her skin yet. The dress gave something my grandmother would wear, but Kristen is a beautiful woman. I just didn't care for her dress. Nia looks okay as well, but it's very boring. I don't understand the shawl, but the shawl is also giving her life. Now, Jasmine commented, y'all. Jasmine said that the reunion was filmed, I guess, 3 days after her wedding had happened. And so she did not have time for anything. So she says the night before the reunion, she and Melissa went to the store and bought their dresses. Even though she did this like at the last minute, it is not terrible. But I just feel like if you're going to wear a strapless dress, put on a necklace or something. Put on a necklace or a bracelet. Lacey, this is another like outfit that someone's churchy parent will wear to a summer outdoor wedding. I did not care for these looks, y'all. Brittany's is the worst. Brittany looked fuller than a pregnant tick. Her eyebrows are uneven. Whatever they did with that last facelift, I don't understand it. And it looks like these little bow ties are fighting for their life. Now, I'm going to say this. At first, I thought the dress was bad, but it turns out it's not that the dress is bad. Because I saw the look on some Bravo page posted like the mannequin on the dress, and it looked beautiful. this dress is not for Britney. And I think Britney's problem is because she gets all this plastic surgery done, she thinks that she looks like she's naturally small, but she doesn't. And so it does not make sense. It just does not make sense. I mean, if your belly is not flat, do not have bow ties. I just don't understand why they did this to Britney. Britney's stylist is upset at her for something, because even down to her makeup is just, Britney's definitely my worst dress, but Britney can't dress to save our life. Y'all remember the Shein dress she was wearing that's $13 on Shein? I wish I could find it and show y'all, but it's $13.85 on Shein. Michelle looks okay as well, but again, I feel like Michelle is lazy and could have done more. I guess I'm on AB side. I'm like, none of these looks blew me away either. Like, I was not impressed whatsoever. AB says Lacey's dress washed her out. Exactly. The dress was too, like, fabricy. It was too fabricy and it didn't work. Lacey's a very petite woman. She didn't need to do much. I thought less would have been more for Lacey. Brittany and Kristen have gotten the GLP ones, so they finally look better. Good. Brittany should have been done that. But a GLP is not going to help you, Brittany. I'm coming off of one, and I'm going to say this. You still have to move. You can't keep eating Cheetos and Wendy's and Taco Bell. Y'all remember Brittany says I love fast food. You're going to have to come up off that. She's going to have to come up off of it. But Michelle doesn't look terrible. Michelle is pretty, so I feel like she looks good and whatever. But I do wish she would have done more because she looked like she always do, just with a dress on. Lala. Lauren's dress says she's from Utah. That's what I'll say. Now, Janet cut her hair. I like the short haircut on Janet, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Because it makes her look like the Karen that she is. It's befitting of her. But I didn't care for this dress at all on Janet. It looks like there's some sort of a stain or like a ripple at the bottom if we look closely. And it's not because I dislike Janet. No disrespect, y'all. I don't know how to appropriately say this. Her face card just is not ever going to give me a 10 out of 10. Reunion or no reunion. But her hair is giving like Dawson's Creek. The people here should remember Dawson's Creek. I don't know if anybody remembers Dawson's Creek or the Gilmore Girls, but Janet's hair gives somebody that could be on Dawson's Creek or the Gilmore Girls. It definitely gives that, but she doesn't look bad. It's just nothing great. I don't know why these melanin redacted women are against jewelry. Like Janet, even though I don't care for her, if she would have done a little bit stronger of a hair flip, done some color to her lip, and put like some body shimmer on and some jewelry, like maybe some bracelets and a necklace, Janet could have gotten best dressed. But I don't know. It just looks like she's playing in her mama nightgown. I don't understand it. And then we have the gentlemen. I'm not really going to go through the men because the men at reunions don't give too much. But Luke in his little suit, something simple. All of the boys, as we see, are kind of dressed the same in suits. Danny is going to be my worst dress. Not only is it looks like he's wearing a shirt under the suit that didn't require the suit. I don't like that the suit jacket is closed. And then his pants is wrinkled. I don't understand that. Zach looks nice, but nothing special. I'm just not impressed. Jason looks okay. But again, his pants are wrinkled also. And I don't think his pants came with the suit jacket. I feel like he tried to match it now that I'm looking at it closely. And Schwartz wore what he's been wearing to every reunion since Vanderpump Rules premiered in 2013? I wish they would have gave us more for the reunion looks, y'all. I did the best I can with what I got, okay? But I'm not going to go over the Housewives of Atlanta looks because I don't cover that show. James covers that show. Their looks also came out. I am going to encourage James to do a live going over the RHOA looks. I don't know what it is, but one thing my beautiful chocolate sisters is going to do, if we do nothing else, we'll give you a crappy season. But we going to give a look. We're going to give a look. Even though Portia and Shamia, you heard it here first, or Shamia and Kelly, to me, did look like Disney villains. But you know, what can we do? What can we do? But let's get into y'all opinions in the comments. Brittany needs to come back home to Kentucky. Do y'all really want to deal with her? The people in Kentucky are nice. AB, I just love you. I just adore you. Do y'all really want to deal with that? Can Janet cut her a new personality? Say it louder. Janet just, ooh, the way I'm about to read Janet for filth. If any Janet fans are here, you're not going to like me after this review, but it's been lovely having you and you'll always be a thug. Okay. Janet's face is a jump scare, just saying. It is. It is. Hey, Lexi, you made your way over here. Welcome in, welcome in. That recent pic of Schwartz looks awful. His stomach has gotten so big, he looked like a slob. Well, damn. Tell us how you really feel. I'm just tired of Schwartz kind of wearing the same thing. Like, I've never taken Schwartz seriously. Do y'all remember on Vanderpump Rules where Schwartz went and worked at Pump and failed miserably? I say you can't pour the alcohol into the cup. What is hard about that? Miss Moncrief 3-part reunion is insane. Absolutely insane. But I just wanted to show y'all the reunion looks. Let me know how you guys felt about it, who your best and worst dressed are. My worst dressed is definitely going to be Brittany. I don't think I have a best dressed. I just didn't like really any of their clothes, but it looks like they're going to bring it at this reunion. Schwartz is a bless your heart. Right. Right. It's that baby's been dropped on his head instead of that baby's been here before. Something wrong, Schwartz. Schwartz has been around a little too long. And for him to still be dating women that are the age that we met him at on TV and they're like mid, early 20s, to me, it's just a little cringy. Like, you're well over 40, bro. Find a woman your age, but you can't because they don't want to deal with you. They don't want to deal with you at all. But let's get into this finale, beautiful people. So we start with Nia and Lala. They meet up together. And I was kind of like, what? After the way Nia was standing in front of Danny, keeping him from Lala. But Nia ended up blocking Lala, and I guess she unblocked her. And it's all because of what they did in Mexico and the issues that they had. But Nia, once again, since Brittany, Janet, Michelle, and the haters love to make it seem like Nia does not share anything, Nia shared in season 2 and season 1 about how she had a rough upbringing. She experienced homelessness growing up, had to sleep in shelters. She did not grow up with money. Eventually, her dad was the one who got custody of her, but he wasn't the most affectionate. Nia's explaining why she is the way she is to Lala and explains that you guys see this side of Danny, but she sees another side of Danny. And the side that she usually sees of Danny is a positive side, a devoted father, a faithful husband. Like, he acts a fool in this group. Now, you don't have to keep defending Danny. Like, even though you're married to him, now when a bitch is trying to approach him the way that Lala was coming at him, defend your man. If you know these people make a problem out of Daniel when he's drunk, and then they keep trying to confront him and talk to him about stuff while he's drunk, defend your man. But if you're just talking to people, like, your childhood don't have to have anything to do with why you defend your husband, Miss Nia. You defend your husband because that's your motherfucking husband, bitch. And if anybody doesn't like it, from the audience to YouTubers to whatever, oh well, fuck them. There's been people that have said crazy stuff about my husband. He's still here. He's still faithful. It's still going well. And I'll still smack a bitch over him. I don't know what else to say. So I feel like Nia doesn't have to explain this. Now, I know a lot of us feel like, oh, well, it's a show. It's a show. It is a show. But imagine the better entertainment we would have if instead of trying to appease these people and her trying to check him, oh, don't drink like that. Oh, don't do that. Imagine if she just let her nigga go rogue and then told them, oh, well, this is what I like. What you gonna do? Because Brittany stayed with Jax while he was cheating on her, talking about other people, allegedly sleeping with the publicist, okay? While Jax was doing lines of Scarface and doing all sorts of other crap, abusing her and all of this stuff, she stayed and defended him. So why can't y'all accept that from Nia, but you accepted that from Brittany? Like, this group is ridiculous. But I just want to say that about Nia's statement. I appreciated her sharing her life, but at the end of the motherfucking day, that's your husband. It's you and him against the world. The world is not always going to be on your side, and they're not supposed to be. So I just want Nia, and it's crazy they don't think that way, being that they in the church, but I want Nia to say that. If she comes to the reunion and is like, I don't give a fuck what he did. Me and him are good, and you're going to have to get over it. Then I'll respect her. Do that and stop drinking around this group. I would like never drink around them. And if they complained about it, oh, well, y'all did it to yourselves. He looks terrible and Katie looks better. Katie looks good. Katie's always been pretty, though. She's got natural beauty on her side. American Boy said, what burns my behind is now after the season and reunion is over, Kristen is saying, I didn't realize Danny was that bad and has switched sides. Listen, Kristen has always done this. Kristen is somebody that always sides with whatever the audience of the show is siding with. If the audience of the show says that leprechauns are God, then Kristen is going to find a way to suddenly see the spirituality of a leprechaun. Like, this is how Kristen has moved. I am not surprised, but the group wants to focus so much on Danny and Nia that we're forgetting things about the fact that, like, Kristen's wishy-washy, Zach is wishy-washy, Brittany's wishy-washy. They're just as bad also. Jax cheated right before his wedding on VPR. Okay. And they sitting up here, Nia, if they can accept Jax Taylor, they can accept Daniel. I want Nia to wise up and leave his little narc behind. See, what people don't understand is you're only seeing a piece of the marriage. You're only seeing a piece of the marriage. Nia said out of her own mouth in the scene with Lala that this is not the Daniel that she is accustomed to. Her and Danny have been saying for seasons, they don't even drink like that. He really only drink around this group. So that's why I say I don't think she needs to leave him, but I do think that she needs to set a boundary. They have a counselor. You can't just leave somebody because they talk to you crazy while they drunk a few times. Like, I think he probably does have some type of a struggle with alcohol. Even though I don't like what this group is doing to him, Danny definitely has some type of an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. That is my personal and professional opinion based on what I have seen on this show. However, that's not always a reason to leave someone. He's still showing up for his children. He's still providing for the family, but he definitely has an unhealthy relationship. And that's probably why they have a counselor. I just feel like the Valley was supposed to be about family and like watching a bunch of party people get out of the partying. And we're not doing that. We're just watching pylons each season. I mean, hell, since season 1. But Kristen and Luke are discussing their therapy session, and Luke don't like that the therapist pushed back, which is what the therapist is supposed to do. The therapist pretty much was telling Luke, like, you need to express yourself. You can't just drop these comments. Like, she was literally trying to force him into, going deeper. I didn't feel like the therapist wasn't on his side, but I guess Kristen was like, she could tell he wasn't feeling the therapist. But he says that dealing with Kristen pregnant has been problematic, and having more kids right now, he says they just want to get it over with so he could put pregnant Kristen to rest. I think that's a little harsh. It did come off as a little mean, but at the same time, if your only problem with this woman is when she is pregnant, then I kind of agree. Get it out the way. Get it out the way and work past it, y'all. What else can you do? What's poppin', Vibe? Welcome in and thank you for being here. You guys, Vibes channel, the link is in the description of this video. Tap into his channel. Tap in. Does a lot of reviews. And he has books on Amazon. Download the Kindle app to read them. He has books on Amazon. I'll post the link in the comments after this live for all to see. But yeah, Kristen and Luke's therapy discussion. I'm like, in real time, they're still together. They're going through a hard time because they had kids. I think they both need to work on themselves a little bit, but I still feel like this couple will be okay. I just feel like they'll be okay. Now, we get a little scene with Michelle and her daughter, Isabella. Cute kid. She's got a good personality. I feel like they should put her in like tumbling or acting or like something where she could be active and express her personality. I like seeing Isabella on the screen. Thank you, AB. Thank you. This is Vibes channel. If you are in the live chat or watching now, you can click to get to his channel through that. I don't have much to say about the scene with Michelle and her daughter. I like her kid. I like the mom that Michelle is. I like the dad that Jesse is. I'm not on either one of their sides. I feel like they both do a good job with their daughter, and that's all. That's all. If there's something y'all would like me to cover, let me know from that scene with Michelle and her daughter and her friend. But, you know, I wasn't moved. Wasn't moved. Now, Jesse and Lacey are going to a doctor. And I'm like, why are they going to a doctor? Apparently, Lacey has endometriosis, which is the same disease that Sweet Tea from Married to Medicine has. Endometriosis, I believe it means like your uterine lining or something is scarred. I can't quite remember, but it causes issues with fertility. It also causes painful periods and a bunch of other stuff. So any women that have endometriosis, I feel for you, and I hope that you have good doctors and that it all gets resolved. I do. And I also want to say, just because a lot of women experience the infertility, just because you don't have a child doesn't make you any less of a woman, and life can be just as fulfilling. Signed by someone who does not have a child yet and is okay if I don't have one. I'm just saying. I am just saying. But she goes to the doctor. She wants to freeze her eggs. I guess when she says she wanted to freeze her eggs, Jesse thought that she maybe wanted his sperm to fertilize them. She explained she doesn't want to fertilize anything. She just wants to freeze the eggs that she has. She was under the influence or the impression that she would have to get rid of, like have a surgery to get rid of the ovary that the endometriosis is in. But she learns from the doctor that they may be able to save her ovary, which is wonderful because who wants to have surgery? But they kind of discussed co-parenting in her office, and I thought that was a little weird to discuss in a doctor's office. But I appreciate you, Lacey, for sharing your endometriosis. I appreciate you for doing that because it's relatable to a lot of people. A lot of women go through it or may not know. So shout out to all the ladies. Go get your pap smears every 3 to 5 years, y'all. Every 3 to 5 years. Vibe X says, Janet and Zach, can y'all either hug it out or block each other already? This feud has more episodes than some TV shows. You know, it's crazy. Janet is actually trying with Zach. But I think Zach is so up and down because Janet just says problematic shit that it makes it hard for him to stay on the same accord. But I do agree, Zach needs to either shit or get off the pot as it relates to the roller coaster of Janet. He needs to figure it out. Vibe says, me watching this cast promise to, quote, move forward, end quote, knowing that they'll be arguing again in 5 minutes. Hashtag the Valley. These people ain't never gonna get it right. These people been arguing with each other since they was in their early 20s. Do you know that all the people, the friends I had that I argued with in my early 20s, I avoid them like the plague today? I ain't got time. We supposed to grow and evolve. They're not doing that on this show at all. At all. Now, we get to the Halloween party. It's Halloween at this time, and Michelle is annoyed because of Danny's characters. Every time Danny goes to an event, he comes in theme of the event. Now, we have to remember that outside of the Valley, Danny is actually a voice actor. So I feel like to an extent he enjoys taking on these roles, but no one seems too interested in it except for Jesse. Like Nia doesn't even seem to care. But at this point, I'm kind of like, stop complaining about Danny. Because before Danny was drinking on the show in season 1, people were like, oh, we're uncomfortable around him. He's a prude. He's not so fun. Then he starts drinking, and now y'all feel like he do too much. He can't win if he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. But Janet, Lala, Michelle, and Brittany at the event are talking, and Janet is essentially upset that she learns about a group chat that Kirsten, Zach, Nia, and Danny have, or pretty much y'all know how the group is divided. And I'm like, why are you upset at the group chat when we know for a fact, Janet, that your foul-faced having ass is also in group chats with other people probably talking about them? Don't get mad about some shit that you doing also. Like, I have group chats with me, Kiwan, and James. I have group chats with me, James, Kiwan, and Shayna. I have group chats with all the YouTubers, some YouTubers. Like, people just have group chats. It's not always that deep. You're only mad about it and trying to paint it as them talking shit about you because you keep playing with them, Janet. And as quiet as it's kept, if the camera wasn't in your face, LA, California as a whole, people fight out here in their 40s, in their 50s. I done seen a 60-year-old in the parking lot at the Walmart in Milpitas, literally trying to whack somebody with her purse and her cart. Okay, this is California. Please, Janet, watch your mouth and watch your behavior. I just think it's stupid to be mad at a group chat. Then they decide to discuss Zach. Everybody feels like Zach is flip-floppy. This, even though I don't like these ladies, I agree. Zach is flip-floppy, but it makes sense because Zach is here by way of Brittany. And Brittany, prior to being just so severely unlikable, was flip-floppy for many years. The whole time she was with Jax on VPR, even to this day, Brittany is flip-floppy and expects more from her friends than she ever gives to them. So I'm just kind of like, why are y'all calling Zach over? Since when do we have the idea? That's like me saying to Mrs. Moncrief, I'm going to change your mind about Dr. Marie Monroe from Bell Collective or something. Like, you can't change nobody's mind on nothing. People feel how they feel. You're going to call him flip-floppy, but you're just not happy that he's on y'all's side. So Zach comes over and they say, Kristen threw you under the bus, which is meddling. Why are y'all trying to play with their friendship? And Zach calls Kristen over. He said, no, so you can have Michelle and Brittany and Lala here and I can't have one person? I said, oof. So Kristen comes over and according to Janet, Zach is not allowed to like him. Bitch, ain't nobody not allowed to like you. We don't like you all on our own free fucking will. We don't like you. Nobody likes you, Janet. And the people who like you, we don't like them either. Not even because they like you. I've never liked Brittany Cartwright. I've never cared for her. I always felt like she was with Jax for a come up, acted more innocent, not loyal to nobody. Never cared for her. Michelle bored the hell out of me seasons 1 and 2. She got on my nerves season 2. She bored the hell out of us season 1. Okay? Lala and her black scent and the double standard, never cared for her on Vanderpump Rules. I'm mad she's fucking here. So it's like, Janet, you're not likable all on your own. I don't know if anyone's told you. And that's probably why you got into this group through Sheena, just for you to ignore Sheena. Like, I don't understand it. I do have people coming in my house, y'all. So if you hear my background or the bass of men's voice, that is why. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just here. As long as I don't have to install nothing, I'm happy. Let me get these comments. Let me see. Lexi Lee said, I wonder how production gets acclimated to the camera. They seem unfazed by the cameras. That's kind of true. That's kind of true. I always wonder about that as well. The kids seem acclimated, but honestly, in today's time, kids are probably acclimated to a camera anyway because parents want to record every freaking thing that they do. Every little thing. Lexi Lee said, Nia's kids work on a TV show as well, so they are used to the cameras. That is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. If I had that many kids, I would be working them as well. Okay? I would be working them as well. Miss Moncrief said, let me go ahead and get comfortable for this Janet read. Get some popcorn, because I'm only a little bit into it. Get some popcorn. Let me see. Zach's friendship with Britt may have run its course. I think it's over. People have to accept the fact that sometimes friendships just run its course. And I think outside of the issues with Janet, that this friendship has definitely run its course. And that's okay. That's okay. But, you know, Brittany's going to make it seem like it's this giant betrayal when it's not that at all. Hi, Shani. I hope you had a good day. I'm happy to see you here. Happy to see you. Shani says kids stay on their phone all day. They sure do. They sure do. Let me see. We had a family group chat. Now everybody stopped talking. Guess the drama's over or somebody said the wrong thing. Shani says, I'm just here to say what up to the chat and hit the like button. I do appreciate you, twin. I do appreciate you. I greatly appreciate you. Y'all. Uh-oh. And can we say that Zach's boyfriend needs to go, that weird little hobbit? Why? Why you call him a little hobbit? A weird hobbit at that. I cannot. I absolutely cannot. Lord help us, y'all. Let me see where I'm at in my notes. That made me chuckle, Mrs. Moncrief. Oh, Lord. Also, after hearing Janet's story, she is projecting onto Danny and she needs to talk to someone. Side note, the show is gearing up for Zach versus Brittany. I don't really care about Zach versus Brittany. And honestly, Janet's SA story doesn't have anything to do with this. Danny has done nothing to her. Danny did something to Jasmine and Melissa. Nothing's happened to Janet from Danny. Janet just go poking the bear and then get mad when she get bit. It's like, what you expect, ho? I don't understand. I can't stand this lady. I can't. She makes my fucking teeth itch. I can't stand her. I really can't. I try to be nice to Janet because someone was like, oh, Mrs. Best, you're kind of coming down hard on Janet. Fuck Janet. I don't like that bitch. I don't. I just don't. I don't see it changing. I just don't. Janet won't let it go, and that's the problem. Even Lala at points in this episode, and Lala's only been here for a season, and Lala was like, it's time for her to let this go. Like, she's doing too much. She's doing too much. But I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. It's very rare that I'm biased doing these reviews, but I just don't like this bitch. Okay, she could give to the children and save all of Africa, and I still wouldn't like Janet. I just don't like her. Now Janet gets all upset because Kristen, of course, denied everything. Kristen denied everything, even though she did make the comment. But Kristen claims that she made the comment about Nia being the one to encourage Zach. She's like, oh, I just did it because, as a joke. Kristen, you're flip-floppy too. I'm sick of it. But we can't forget that Kristen slept with her best friend's boyfriend and her boyfriend's best friend in the house that she shared with her and her boyfriend. We can't forget all that Kristen used to be. So, not AB. She a fan. Janet was literally a fan. This is why fans shouldn't always become part of the show. I said what I said. Now, Jesse confronts Michelle at the party. And I said, Jesse, I'd be with you when you right, but when you wrong, you wrong. Now, Jesse annoyed me because I've been on Jesse's side as it relates to the commentary, but we know that Jesse is a big-ass hypocrite. He confronts Michelle at a Halloween party while everybody is piss fucking drunk, talking about, I hear that you're dating a client. He's a famous comedian. Jesse, why are you asking old girl about who she date? Y'all not together no more. She can date and fuck whoever she wants. It's just a fact. So I didn't understand why he's asking that. And then he says that he heard that Michelle introduced this new person to Isabella, and he doesn't want this to happen because Isabella was crying over, what was the old guy's name? Aaron? Because Michelle had Aaron living with her, and he just feels like they were supposed to talk to each other before introducing them to someone. Michelle is like, things have been going well. I don't want to talk to you about this right now. And I'm like, why is that your immediate response unless they cut something out? Like, even though I get where she's coming from because Jesse is manipulative. So I get where she's coming from and feeling like he may be trying to paint her to be a bad parent. But then at the same time, if he's saying your daughter was crying because the last dude you had living with you and your daughter got attached to her and then just disappeared, and you guys agreed to discuss things, we do hear this recurring theme with Jesse that it seems like Michelle does what she wants with Isabella, and if he tries to confront it, she gets upset. She does give that, but I don't know. It's one of those things. It's annoying, but you don't need to bring your daughter with you to sell houses, if that makes sense. So maybe hire a babysitter, things like that. But if the baby really was upset, Michelle, you wrong. Now, as all of this is happening, Danny is getting drunker and drunker. Let me go through the comments 1 second. Oh, Kristen. Jesse blew it on this episode. He needs to shut up after making her pay half of a loan you took out. That's actually fair. It just shows that Jesse ain't shit. Like, I like some of his statements, but he still ain't shit as a whole. Now, Danny seems drunk, and Jason, aka Janet's husband, Miss I'm gonna defame someone's character, thought that he thought he was touching Janet, and he smacks the ass of a random woman and tries to kiss her. after what you and your wife are coming at Danny for. And mind you, the woman didn't look all that much like Janet. I mean, I guess because of the ponytail and like dirty blonde hair, but if you know a bunch of colorless women be looking like this, maybe check or say her name instead of just coming up on her. But okay. So are we going to talk about Jason smacking this lady's ass and trying to kiss her and apologizing for seasons? Because Danny just touched someone and said, "Who's your daddy?" and apologized for it. Jason actively touched someone's booty and tried to kiss them. Are we going to talk about it for a whole season the way that they have? Just want to know. Just curious. Just curious, y'all. Inquiring minds. It's the hypocrisy, and they're probably going to be like, Jason wasn't drunk. He was holding a cup of alcohol and had been drinking, which he shouldn't be doing with the torn ACL, fresh out of surgery. I've torn my ACL. My little brother had surgery on his not long ago. You shouldn't be drinking with the meds that you need for that. You want to talk about that, Jason? No? Just saying. Just saying. Right. I'm with Lexi. We better talk about Jason touching that woman at the reunion. Okay? Because Danny apologized for what he did just like Jason. So why can't you accept the apology from him? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. That irritated my soul. Now, unfortunately, we have to discuss Jasmine Good and the misery that she is. Zach with y'all. So you can't make a mistake. Zach had me hollering, Mrs. Moncrief. Zach called it out in the moment. And that is the part that I loved. Because Jason's face was like, and he just catching strays because of his wife, which is the unfortunate part. But I'm more so irritated with Janet because Jason is just defending his wife. And that's really what I expect for him to do. But interesting. But Miss Jasmine, I need a moment good, decides to go tell Michelle about Jesse, feeling away about the situation with their daughter and who they're dating. Now, Jasmine, I know you wasn't married at this point yet, but just because you guys are on a show called The Valley, you don't need to be in everybody else's marriage. And that's the problem with this friend group. Why are you going and interrupting co-parenting? That's just not okay. I felt like that was a boundary she shouldn't have crossed. And she confronted Michelle in front of Michelle's friend, who's obviously very close with her and knows Isabella and all of that. And, it seemed like Jasmine was on Jesse's side and explained like, well, if the little girl is upset, that's problematic. And she ends up getting into it with Michelle's friend for trying to comment. And I'm just like, I feel like Jasmine picked this fight just to have something to talk about. I know some people are like, that's the Jasmine we wanted. No. I want Jasmine to be activated where it counts and where it makes sense. Like, you didn't have to call that lady a bitch. Well, I'm from Jersey. That's just how we talk. Then she said because she's from Chicago, that she's trash. Listen, my husband's family is from there. I actually love people from Chicago. It's a city I would not mind living in. Chicago is not trash. Shout out to everybody in the Chi. Y'all are wonderful, talented, and great. And it's a place that people want to live and will always want to go. So I'm like, why are you throwing shade at this lady because where's she from? Bitch, you're from New Jersey. And you want to get at anybody else. Please, Jasmine. Please, Jasmine. Stupid. I just felt like it was a stupid beef, and Jasmine always goes off in situations she don't need to go off. Didn't understand it, but, oh well. Ms. Moncrief said, and what Jasmine don't know is Michelle and Janet are setting her up for Michelle's friend to take her place, because what was Jasmine doing? Say it louder, Mrs. Moncrief. Call it out, because that's the honest to God truth. That's exactly what was happening. She do need to mind her business. I'm like, yes, on reality TV, we want to see conflict, but don't nobody want to see you just cussing people out, calling them out their name, and then insulting an entire fucking city just because you don't like that someone who does know what's going on is commenting. Because come on, Jasmine, you and Jesse ain't that fucking close. Like, you was just doing too much. Per usual. Miss I Need a Moment, Jasmine. Now, Nia mentions Lala saying that Kristen said that she guilt trips, and Zach and Kristen, they both denied it. Zach said that he believes that Kristen did not say this, and he's going to choose to be on her side. And Brittany was so upset. You're going to believe her over me? Yeah, bitch. All you do is lie. And as a woman, if you side with somebody who's defaming someone's character and coming for Nia as a married woman instead of being empathetic or pulling her to the side to talk, shut up, Brittany. Go order Taco Bell. Yo quiero Taco Bell, bitch. Lord, can't stand her. AB, don't laugh at me. I can't stand this lady. I can't. I be wanting to do her the way that Mama D did Bambi when she was mad. What did Mama D say? Pussy asshole, you belong in a jacuzzi. I said, that's how I be wanting to do Brittany. Like, yes, he's going to side with Kristen over you because unlike you, Brittany, Kristen is loyal. Kristen will stick by Zach's side, even if Zach is wrong. Okay? It's just the way it is. You sound like some of my relatives. You must have great relatives. Hey, relatives. Hey, family. Lord. Now, Kristen admitted to the comment and all of those things, but I don't think that Kristen is a puppeteer the way that they were trying to paint her out to be. And apparently, Lala, Janet, Michelle, Brittany, they think that Nia is running the show. They said this proves that Nia's running the show. If Nia was running the show, do y'all really think that this lady would be in this situation as it relates to her husband? She's not running the show. I think Brittany's mad she's not running the show. But Brittany, you're only here because your husband was a star, bitch. Your sparkle never shimmered bright enough for me to like. Just saying. Just saying. Bravo could have given Jasmine a nicer wedding. I thought the wedding from what I saw online was nice. But I am also not a wedding person, did not want one for myself. My husband and me are approaching 20 years of marriage in the next few years. Like, literally not that long from now. And if he was like, let's renew our vows, I would agree, only if it was overseas. I'm not into weddings. But I don't think Bravo would want to pay for her wedding because no shade, no one who watches The Valley is tuning in for Jasmine Good. And I do not mean any disrespect. But no one is tuning into The Valley for Jasmine. With them teeth? Not with them teeth. Oh, Lord. Kristen should have worried more about her relationship and her baby. I agree. I think Kristen was draining herself trying to stand up for Nia and Danny when she was obviously postpartum and having problems in her own relationship. That's the best thing you could have said, AB. I totally agree with that. Now, if we pay attention, as you've noticed, I've been mentioning Daniel's drinking. He is now stumbling. And Jesse is a good friend. Here's what I'm going to say. Jesse is always here for Danny's shenanigans, but Jesse is me. I'm going to get you drunk, but I'm going to also make sure you drink your water. Notice they got up to the bar and Jesse ordered waters. And Jesse was like, oh, yo, you need to eat. He had Danny drinking water. And he had him eating charcuterie. Even though he was only eating the meat and the cheese, he was eating something. That's the best thing you can do when your people is drunk. Give them water, not alcohol, and put something on their stomach. Please, put something on their stomach. So I did like to see that, but this is why, Danny, I can't side with you, and I do think you have some type of an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. And if you do have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, or if you do feel like you are struggling with alcohol, substances, drugs, feel free to reach out and DM me. I would happily put you guys in contact with resources or just be a listening ear, things like that. I do work in fields where I help people like that, so I don't mind. However, Daniel, this is not normal. You were stumbling around. His words were slurring so bad. Like, people don't just get regularly drunk like that, if y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like, I've been trashed. Straight white girl wasted, okay? But not to where I'm like I could still form a sentence. He just sounded all sorts of weird. Now, Jason goes over by Danny because he goes and lays down off to the side of the party to sober up a little bit. I never understand how people who complain about somebody being drunk and doing too much, when you see them go off away from the crowd to lay down and they're silent, leave them the fuck alone. Y'all so uncomfortable with Danny when he's drinking. So when he's minding his business, laying down, everyone decides to go and fucking bother him. Like, huh? That's how you know these motherfuckers is doing this shit for a storyline. Because everybody has talked about Danny. Nobody can really show their own storyline. Like, what has Lala shared? Like, not much. So, anyhow, Jason goes over to Danny. They're having a talk, and it was going well at first. But then Janet came over and spoke, And she still says that what Danny did to women was problematic. Danny did something to a woman. He has not done nothing to all women. I don't know what goes on with Danny's relationship and how he is towards women in his day-to-day life. All we can comment on is him on the show. And all Janet can comment on is how he is when he's around her. Not what he does around other people, you stupid bitch. That's not how it works. It's not. But she comes and she's saying, oh, my husband is laughing at me. That means I got to watch my mouth. I'm going to watch my mouth, y'all. In the words of Watch Your Mouth Reviews, I'm going to watch my mouth. I'm going to try. I do not like this lady. Now, Janet tries to say that Danny is the problem. And Lala says to Janet, like, you really need to just let it go. And, you know, they're asking Danny if he's going to apologize to Lala. And I agreed with Danny. He's like, I apologize for throwing that she has no husband in her face, but that's all. Because Lala, you went and poked the bear. You don't get to cry now that you got bit. You knew what you was doing. Now, he didn't have to go low and mention that you don't have a husband. But honestly, I would have done the same thing, because if you had a husband, you wouldn't be going up to him like that. You absolutely wouldn't. It don't make no sense. Talk to his wife. I always say to my husband, if somebody gives you a problem, a female, and she really is committed to arguing with you, sir, we paid that wedding fee so that you could argue with Mrs. Best, not these other hoes. Call me, tap me in, and I'll get her together for you. So Lala doesn't really understand that, and that is okay. But she got some type of apology, and I also think Lala recognized that he's pissed drunk and we're not going to get anywhere. Why are you trying to reason and have a conversation with somebody who is noticeably incoherent? Why? And why did you go over there to bother him when he was to himself not doing anything? And it was how they were like, did you see that Danny went over and lay down? And then y'all went and bothered him. Well, if you're so scared of what he's going to do while drunk, then why the fuck you bothering him? Leave him the fuck alone. It's not hard. This is what the melanin redacted Karens be doing in LA, though. This is classic LA. Classic LA behavior from the melanin redacted. I'm not even going to lie to y'all about that. However, classic LA being that, you have to remember so many people from other places moved there, because all the people acting a fool ain't even from there for real. Lauren is from Utah. Brittany's from Kentucky. Nobody cares where Janet's from, but I question her mother's womb. And, you know, why are y'all acting like this? It doesn't make any sense. So Danny is getting annoyed because Janet's still throwing insults at him. And so he finally throws an insult back at Janet. And it's like, you're married. He said something like, and you're married to a beast or the devil. She's awful. He said something about Janet. And Janet got mad. And you know what's interesting? Miss, he makes me nervous because I was a victim of SA. You insult, you raggedy, trifling, muzzle-faced bitch. What's wrong with you? I don't like that she used the SA as an excuse to why she's acting like this way with Danny, because I am a survivor of SA. I took personal offense to that. The two situations do not equate. I've had men get in my face and do the absolute most, and I had to experience SA. I'm not going to go and defame their character and then throw a drink on them. If you're so afraid, then act like somebody who is afraid. Bow down, bitch, and shake. Why are you doing this? But you're going to throw a drink on them? Okay. So in one party, even though Danny was the one pissed drunk, your husband touched another woman on the ass against her wishes because he was drinking and thought she was you. And then you have actually assaulted Danny by throwing a cup of alcohol on him. And you know, it's interesting. Y'all try to tear down this man's character, but even while Danny was pissed drunk, he did not call her out of her name. He did not try to fight. He got up and walked away. He said, okay, I'm done, and walked away. So how bad could this man be if when you and your husband violate him verbally and then physically, that he doesn't do anything back to you, doesn't even call you the nasty, ill-faced bitch that you are? He got up and just walked away, went to his wife. And Nia said, my heart is beating out my chest. That means, for people who grew up with Nia, she threw a drink on my man. I want to whoop her ass. But she can't do that because Janet's the type of bitch who'll try and sue. And I feel like it would be disastrous if they go in court. But I just want to point that out. This man can't be that bad. Yes, thank you. That man cannot be that bad if he's assaulted and he still doesn't call this woman out her name. He just got up and walked away. Now, I am not excusing Danny's behavior towards Nia this season. I'm not excusing his drinking either. I do think he has an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. What I will say is what Janet's doing is not okay. And if they do have concerns about his drinking, allow him to work on his sobriety privately. Not everything has to be for the show. So I'm not okay with that. Lala was smart. Even Lala pointed out, like, you overshadowed Danny's behavior by throwing that drink. Like, even Lala knew, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Janet was trying to provoke Danny. And this is what Black people mean when we say no disrespect to anybody who is Caucasian or white, because I know that you can't judge an entire race of people based off the bad that is a part of them. But this is why a lot of African-American people, such as myself, will avoid them or just pull out our phones and record, because I genuinely believe that this woman was trying to provoke him so that she could get people on her side. Lala called it out, but I really think Janet felt like, okay, Zach's kind of on to me. I've got Brittany and Michelle and all of this. This bitch was feeling herself and did too much, and it didn't go in her favor. And then the way that she's addressing it is terrible. She's addressing it online. Yes, I assaulted him, but does that change what he did? How come I can accept the definition of assault, but he can't? Because you're accusing him of a different type of assault that is damaging. People throw drinks all the time on reality TV, Janet. You still don't get it. You're so out of touch. I hope someone throws a drink in you and hold your eyes open so you can feel all the liquor. Maybe it'll disinfect your soul. Who knows? But something's definitely wrong with her. Now, Nia ends up leaving with her husband, which was the right thing to do. They did sing happy birthday, but Zach made the best point to end the season. If Janet wasn't here, everybody would get along. If Janet wasn't here, everyone would be able to resolve issues. All Janet does is carry bones and cause problems. And I'm not surprised that Janet is in this group because of Sheena Shea. I used to be a Sheena Shea fan, early seasons of Vanderpump Rules, but Sheena Shea is just like Janet. She does shit that is problematic and then acts confused when other people get upset. I'm sick of it. Janet's just miserable. She's absolutely miserable. And this has got to be one of the worst reality TV runs I've ever seen. Like, I think it's past villain because Janet actually makes the show hard to stomach. Like, we've seen people do some effed up stuff, but Janet takes it to a point where people have been triggered who have experienced sexual trauma. People who have dealt with defamation are triggered. People who dealt with bullies in school are triggered. Janet is not good for television. I don't think she's meant for the spotlight. I think she's trash and just a wannabe who got her opportunity in the spotlight and doesn't know what to do with it. And it's unfortunate because Jason seems tolerable, but he's married to the devil. It's just a fact. Let me get these comments, y'all. Danny was tore up from the flow up, and that food he was shoving in looked gross. I think it was Brittany's Halloween party. I don't expect much from her as it relates to food. Danny, why are you still drinking on camera? Say it louder. The fact that we made it 18 weeks of the Valley, and he has continued to drink episode after episode, you have a problem, because why would you even want to do it around that? The moment somebody tells me, for instance, I'm a weed smoker, the moment someone's like, oh, Mina must have been high that day, I'll never smoke around you again, and you'll never be able to say it again. So the fact that he is still drinking, he got problems. He got problems. Danny should have laid down, closed his eyes, and said nothing. He tried to. He did try to lay down. They came over there fucking with him. They did. Leave him alone. Whenever people get drunk like that, leave them the fuck alone. I have a friend who gets drunk and she either crashes out or talks very loudly and gets too loving. And when she does either or, I just let her be. You don't engage people like that. You don't engage them. And did you see how Janet ran back to Jason with the trumped up lies of what she said, Danny said, which makes me believe she is capable, of revising history. She's dangerous. Like, she's genuinely dangerous. And I hope somebody sues this bitch too one day. Let her stay on Bravo. Add new people to the Valley. Add some people with actual money who aren't fans. And I promise you they'll sue this bitch. And I'm going to smile. Janet's going to end up like Dorit Kemsley on RH on the Housewives of Beverly Hills, she's going to end up like Dorit. She's going to end up like Dorit. Don't nobody respect Dorit. Janet forgot she was on camera for a second. She threw the cup. She threw the drink, then the cup at Danny. Yep. She forgot. She forgot. Oh, yeah. We was glad Lala called them out. The way the saxophones would have gotten louder if I would have heard that Janet threw a drink at Mr. Moncrief. Okay. Let my husband come to me soaking wet, smelling like liquor. You better quickly tell me, sir, who did this to you, or everybody in the room is about to get it. And he knows. He knows. I'm not wrapped right, though, Miss Moncrief. We here, girl. We here. Don't play with my husband. Believe it or not, some of us actually like our partners. So, Janet, you playing a dangerous game. You lucky Nia and slapped the shit out of you. You real lucky. Janet keeps the shit going. I know, and it's diarrhea at this point. We're dehydrated. Okay, get some Pedialyte, some Kaopectate, Pepto-Bismol, whatever it is. We're dehydrated from her shitty ass. We really are. I'm so over Janet. But it looks like this 3-part reunion is gonna be popping. I am entertained. Now, y'all know I started this season of The Valley out doing pre-records because I was totally fucking over it. And American Born, we are going to shout out our wonderful moderator, actually encouraged me. Yeah, you should do it back live. The people enjoyed the reviews. We appreciate the engagement. I am actually really glad that I started doing The Valley live. I will continue to do The Valley. Even though I'm annoyed with the season, I am going to see where it goes next season. They're only in season 3. Now, if I get to season 5 and we're doing the same song and dance, I'll let go of the show. But I really appreciate all of the people, the subscribers of Thugs that are here, and even those who don't subscribe. I really appreciate y'all for watching my little opinions on The Valley. I was scared to cover a primary white show being African American, but I'm glad to see that people still care about my little opinion. I'm very happy to see it. I will be recapping next season of The Valley. I will be recapping the reunion, but thank you to everybody for supporting the channel. And this was a great season to go live because the way they stressed us out, my God. The lives are good and we get to talk our smack. I'm seeing now. That's all y'all want. Y'all want to talk shit? I'm literally on the internet to talk shit. So I'm here for it. Whatever the subscribers want, really. That's what makes sense. That's how you grow. The next Valley review will be part 1 of the reunion. I'm very excited for it. Feel free to comment if you're watching the replay what you think will happen. Tomorrow I am live with Watch Your Mouth Reviews here on my channel. We'll be going over the 3 episodes that just dropped of Married at First Sight. The way Married at First Sight is stressing me out this season, the way it is stressing me out. Saturday I'll have Love After Lockup, and then Saturday I'm also going to be going over Put a Ring on It Cheat Hab. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm trying to think of what day I want to do it. I'm not even sure when I'll do Put a Ring on It. Let me know if y'all want to see Peter put a ring on it. It'll be a panel with me and James on Saturday, or if you prefer it on Sundays. But I love all of y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here. I'll also be covering Fightland. Oh yeah, Fightland on Stars is back. My goodness. And then I have Ultimate Girls Trip coming, the 20-year. I believe that's in 2 weeks or like a week and a half. Housewives of New York is coming. Snowfall the Drop is coming. Child, there's so many shows. So tap in, subscribe, hype the video. I'll keep doing stuff as long as y'all keep watching. It's really that simple. But I love all of you guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evenings. I will see you tomorrow. Adios, amigo.